Welcome to my class. I am Pamela Jasmine. Today I am going to teach manufacturing industries, agro-based. First of all, we have to study the classification of industries. Industries are mainly classified on the basis of raw materials used, size, location, nature, ownership, and finished products. So first, on the basis of raw material. Industries on the basis of raw materials used can be divided into four categories. First is agro-based industries, then mineral-based industries, forest-based industries, and animal-based industries. Let's discuss agro-based industries. This group of industries depends on the raw material produced by the agricultural sector. So, from the agriculture sector only, these agro-based industries get their raw materials. The major agro-based industries are cotton, jute, and textile industries, sugar industry, tea industry, coffee industry, etc. So these all are based on agriculture. The raw materials are provided by the agricultural sector. Mineral-based industries. Mineral-based industries use minerals, both metallic and non-metallic minerals, as raw materials. These include, the major mineral-based industries include iron and steel, heavy engineering and machine tool, cement, basic and light chemicals, fertilizers, etc. Now, forest-based industries. These industries utilize forest resources like wood, rubber, lac, resin, etc. So these forest-based industries get raw materials from forest, wood, resin, etc. Then, animal-based industries. These industries utilize the raw materials provided by animals like woolen, silk, dairy products, hides, skin, and leather. Now, on the basis of nature of products. So, first we have discussed raw materials used. Now, based on products. So, which on the basis of nature of products, these industries can be divided into two. That is, heavy industries and light industries. These heavy industries. These industries produce capital goods and consumer durables which are quite bulky, which are large in size. So that's why it is called heavy industries. They require huge capital, large quantity of raw materials, scientific knowledge, sophisticated machinery, etc. As the products are large and bulky, it needs a large capital and a large quantity of raw materials and scientific knowledge, etc. because the products are heavy. Now, light industries. These industries produce goods which are light in weight. As the name indicates, these industries are light. The products are light in weight, like cycles, sewing machine, electronic goods, etc. They require less capital and less number of workers than in the heavy industries. As the products are light, they need not require a very high amount. So, less capital and less number of workers are required for this light industries. Now, on the basis of size and investment, whether the industry is large in size or medium or small. So, large scale industries. These industries require huge infrastructure and large number of workers. As the name indicates, it requires large infrastructure, huge infrastructure and large number of workers because it is large scale. So they produce machinery and goods on a large scale like the iron and steel industry, shipbuilding industry, automobile industry, etc. So shipbuilding industry is very large, no? So it is a large scale industry like that, automobile industry, etc. These industries play a key role in industrialization. Now, medium scale industries. These industries are neither very big nor very small, and as the name suggests, require everything on a medium scale. This is medium. So it is neither large nor small. So they include paper mills, radio, cycle manufacturing industry, etc. Now small scale industries. These industries are small. Small industries managed mostly by private individuals. They do not require huge capital investment and employ only a few workers. So this is a small scale. So only very less money is required to run the business, and very few workers are required. Example, they include weaving industry, food processing industry, etc. On the basis of ownership, in this there are 4 categories: public sector, private sector, joint sector, and cooperative sector. Public sector. Public sector industries are owned and managed by the government, either by state government or by central government. They include public utility industries like railways, post and telegraph, oil refineries, etc. And some most significant of these are Bharat Heavy Electricals Limited, Steel Authority of India Limited, Gas Authority of India Limited, Indian Oil Corporation, etc. Now, private sector industries. These industries are owned and managed by an individual or group of individuals. For example, Reliance India Limited, then Wipro, Infosys, etc. Joint sector industries. These industries are owned, managed and controlled by an entrepreneur and the government. So, for example, Telco, Tisco, etc. Now, cooperative sector industries. Cooperatives are the means by which people with limited resources pool their physical and material resources. For example, Anand Cooperative Society in Gujarat. Now, on the basis of location and market. So, it is categorized by village industries and cottage industries. Village industries. These industries fulfill the basic needs of the local markets and all its requirements like raw material, skills, labor, etc. are from the village itself. And they include handloom, pottery making, food processing, etc. Cottage industries. These are also known as household industries and are organized by individuals with private resources and with the help of members of the households. See, neighbors, all the neighbors will unite and they will start an industry, that is cottage industries. For example, carpet weaving, then handloom and handicrafts industries, etc. These are cottage industries. On the basis of finished product or function. First is basic industries. These industries form the core industries. That can be a question. Which industry is the core industry? That is basic industries. And on which other industries depend for their manufacturing. These basic industries, other industries depend on basic industries for their manufacturing. For example, iron and steel industry and petroleum industry. Now, secondary or consumer industries. These industries process the basic raw materials into primary goods for direct use by the consumers. They process the raw materials and it will be ready for the consumers to use. They include textiles, sugar, paper making, etc. Now, tertiary industries. These industries provide public utility-based services like railways, transport, banking, post and telegraph, etc. Ancillary industries. These industries provide spare parts required by big industries like heavy electrical industry, aircraft industry, locomotives, buses, etc. So, spare parts are provided by ancillary industries for big manufacturing units. That's all about classification. Agro-based industries. Industries that have agricultural produce as raw materials are known as agro-based industries. That means These agro-based industries depend on agriculture sector for their raw materials. Sugar industry. Sugar industry is India's second largest organized industry next to cotton industry. So, largest industry is cotton industry. Second largest is sugar industry. India is the second largest producer of sugar in the world after Brazil. Brazil is the first largest producer. And second is India. Products and byproducts. Sugarcane is an important cash crop which is crushed in the factories to produce sugar. A fairly large amount is also used to make gur and kansari. Now, byproducts. Besides providing sugar, gur and kansari, it also supplies molasses, bagasse and press mud. So, these are the three byproducts of sugar industry. Which are they? Molasses, bagasse and press mud. Molasses is obtained in the process of sugar manufacture involving repeated crystallization and centrifugation. So, molasses can be obtained as a byproduct when sugar is processed by repeated crystallization and centrifugation. It is used in the alcohol industry for the distillation of liquor, power alcohol, etc. So, the uses of molasses. Molasses is used in the alcohol industries for the distillation of liquor, that is rum, and power alcohol. Then it is also used in the production of certain chemicals and synthetic rubber. So there are four uses. It is used in the alcohol industries for the distillation of liquor, then power alcohol, and it is also used for the production of some chemicals and synthetic rubber. Now, bagasse. Bagasse is another byproduct. The leftover cane after crushing is used for producing steam, which is used as a source of power for sugar industry. So, bagasse is a byproduct. It is the leftover cane after crushing. So, cane is crushed to make sugar. Then, when the juice is removed, that leftover is there, that is called bagasse. And it is also used for making cardboard, paper and insulation board. So, bagasse has many uses. It is used to produce steam, and it is used to make paper and cardboard and insulation board, etc. Now, press mud. Press mud is utilized for making wax, carbon paper and shoe polish. Distribution of sugar industry. Maharashtra. Maharashtra is the leading producer of sugar in India, accounting for more than 1/3 of the total production of sugar in the country. So we should know the reason for it. Why Maharashtra is the leading producer of sugar in India? Due to marine impact, the climate is ideal for the cultivation of sugar cane. So, because of the influence of the sea, it is Maharashtra has a suitable climate for the cultivation of sugar cane. And as a result of which, the recovery rate of sucrose is higher and the crushing season is longer. So, maximum quantity of sucrose can be extracted from this from the sugar cane, and the crushing season is also longer. The main sugar producing area in Maharashtra is located in a narrow belt extending from Manmad in the north to Kolhapur in the south. That is the belt where sugar is produced. Manmad in the north to Kolhapur in the south. That is the belt. Most of the mills are larger in size, in which crushing period lasts for more than 100 days. So crushing period is long, mills are very big. So 100 days continuous crushing period is there. Now, northern India. Uttar Pradesh is the second largest producer of sugar in India. In the northern belt, Uttar Pradesh is the largest producer. Second largest producer. First largest is Maharashtra. and Uttar Pradesh is the second largest producer of sugar in India. Here the sugar factories are located in two belts. There are two belts, the Ganga Yamuna Doab and the Terai belt. In the Ganga Yamuna Doab area, the main sugar producing centers are Saharanpur, Meerut, then Muzaffarnagar, Bagpat, etc. And in the Terai belt, the main sugar producing centers are located in Basti, Barai, Gonda, Gorakhpur, etc. You have to study only 2-3 places. Now, Peninsular India. Peninsular India has emerged as the leading producer of sugar in the country, in the peninsular region, because it is surrounded by sea. So, marine influence is there. Tamil Nadu has higher per hectare yield of sugar cane and higher sucrose content and longer crushing season. Why Peninsular India is emerging as leading producers of sugar cane or sugar? Because it has the influence of the sea and climate is ideal, and Tamil Nadu has higher per hectare yield of sugar cane and higher sucrose content. So this in the peninsular region there is higher sucrose content and longer crushing season. These characteristics along with new machinery has led to higher output of sugar in Tamil Nadu. So so Tamil Nadu is emerging as a leading producer because their higher new machinery has led to higher output of sugar in Tamil Nadu. Tendency of the industry to migrate to the south. Let's discuss the points. So there is a tendency of the sugarcane industry to migrate to the south. Let's discuss the reasons. In South India, the favorable maritime climate free from the effects of summer dew and winter frost is best suited for growing of superior varieties of cane. So in South Indian climate is best suited for the cultivation of high quality sugarcane. So there is a longer production period. The black soil here is more fertile than the alluvial soil in the northern India. So South India has black soil that is best suited for the cultivation of sugarcane. But North India has alluvial soil that is not that suitable for sugarcane cultivation. Then third point, the cane is of superior quality with higher yield. So in South India, sugarcane is of higher quality, superior variety, and the excellent transport facilities, especially in the states of Maharashtra and Tamil Nadu, in relation to export markets, have placed these states in a very advantageous position for the further expansion of the sugarcane industry. So, excellent transport facilities are there in Maharashtra, Tamil Nadu and all. So, sugarcane can be reached to markets and it can be easily exported as there are various ports. And then the sugarcane farms in South India have bigger area and are managed by the cooperative societies. These cooperative societies have access to better facilities like better seeds, fertilizers, irrigation, etc. So these are in South, cooperative management is there. So sugarcane farms in South have the bigger areas and are managed by cooperative societies, not a single person. So they can get best variety seeds, fertilizers, irrigation, etc. These are the more factors are there. You have to study only 4 points. I have taught 5 points. Problems of sugar industry. The sugarcane cultivated in India is of poor quality, giving low yield per hectare and low sucrose content. So India has low quality sugarcane and it gives low yield per hectare and low sucrose content. So very low yield is there and the sucrose content is also very low. That is the main problem. Now, the cost of production is quite high because of the inefficient and uneconomic nature of production. So the cost of production is very high because of the inefficient and uneconomic nature of production. And about whole of sugarcane is harvested at the same time. As a result, there is excess pressure on factories during harvest time, and some amount of cane goes waste. See, this is another reason. So all the harvest is at the same time and factories are not that much. So there are excess pressure to the factories and some sugarcane goes waste. Then we'll see some easy points. Then the byproducts of sugar like molasses and bagasse are not utilized completely. So that is also a loss. Byproducts like molasses and bagasse are not used completely. These can be converted into other useful products to reduce the cost of production. So if they utilize it properly, that income from that can reduce the cost of production. Then old and obsolete machinery is used in sugar industries. So sugar industries have old machine and then not ineffective machines are there. This should be replaced by new technology and new machinery. So these old machines should be replaced. Cotton textile. India is one of the largest cotton textile manufacturing countries in the world. It is also one of the largest exporters of cotton textiles in the world. Cotton textile is a major industry in India as it directly or indirectly supports more than nearly 40% of the country's labor force. So 40% of the people work in directly or indirectly in the cotton textile industries. Now, cotton textile industry is divided into powerloom and handloom sectors. The most important cotton mills in powerloom are in Maharashtra, Gujarat and Tamil Nadu. So, cotton textile industry is divided into two, powerloom and handloom sectors. So, the main powerloom sectors are located in Maharashtra, Gujarat and Tamil Nadu. They account for 3/4 of the total output of yarn and cotton cloth. The remaining 1/4 is produced by West Bengal, Uttar Pradesh, Madhya Pradesh, Rajasthan, etc. Now, handloom industry is located in every Indian state, however small it may be. So, everywhere handloom industries are there. Now, the main cotton manufacturing centers. Maharashtra and Gujarat are the foremost cotton textile manufacturing states. In these states, Mumbai and Ahmedabad contribute about 50% of the total installed looms and nearly half of India's cotton mill cloth. So, these are the main places. Maharashtra and Gujarat are the foremost cotton textile manufacturing states and the cities are Mumbai and Ahmedabad. They contribute about 50% of the total installed looms. In fact, Mumbai has become the most important center of cotton textile in the country and is rightly called the cotton polis of India, and it is also known as the Lancashire of India. It is a question. Which place is called the cotton polis of India? Why? Mumbai has become the most important center of cotton textile in the country, and that is why it is called the cotton polis of India, and it is also known as the Lancashire of India. Now, Ahmedabad being the second largest cotton manufacturing city in India and is referred to as Manchester of India. So, Ahmedabad is called the Manchester of India. It is the second largest cotton manufacturing city. Mumbai and Ahmedabad are the most important cotton manufacturing centers of India. We have to give reasons for it. First, proximity to raw material. The supply of raw material for the mills is supplied by the cotton producing areas of the Deccan Plateau that lie close to these mills. So these cotton producing mills get raw materials very easily. They get raw cotton from this Deccan Plateau. It is very close to Mumbai and Ahmedabad. Now, climatic conditions. The humid coastal climate favors the textile making without breaking the thread. The climate is very favorable. The humid coastal climate favors the textile making without breaking the thread. So the climate is very suitable. Then transport facilities. Mumbai and Ahmedabad are well connected through rail and road links with cotton growing areas of Maharashtra and Gujarat respectively, and also through sea routes with the foreign markets. So access to the markets is very easy. So Mumbai and Ahmedabad are well connected through rail and road links with cotton growing areas of Maharashtra and Gujarat, and also through the sea routes which reach foreign markets. So this is also very favorable. Now, port facilities. Mumbai is a leading port with export and import facilities, whereas Ahmedabad utilizes port facilities from Kandla. So Mumbai also has a port to export and import, and Ahmedabad utilizes port facilities from Kandla. The location of ports facilitates import of capital goods, chemicals, etc., and the export of finished goods. So as there are ports, they can import raw materials and export the finished goods to different markets. Now, labor. Mumbai and Ahmedabad have enough labor force from within or nearby states. So labor force is easily available in Mumbai and from Mumbai and nearby states. These 5 points are enough. Problems of textile industry. The cotton textile industry suffers so many problems. Let's discuss. First, shortage of raw material. There is a shortage of raw material, particularly of long staple cotton, which is imported from Pakistan, Kenya, Uganda, Egypt, USA, etc. So India does not have enough raw material, enough cotton, enough raw cotton. So we have to import raw material from other countries like Pakistan, USA, Egypt, etc. Now, sick industrial units. The cotton industry faces constant threat of sickness and consequent closure because of uncertainty of raw material, low productivity of machine and labor, increasing competition from power loom sector, lack of modernization, etc. So, sick industrial units. So, industrial units are facing so many problems like uncertainty of raw material. We don't get enough raw material on time, low productivity of machines and labor, then increasing competition from power loom sector. We have to face competition from other countries. Then lack of modernization. Our equipments are not modern. So that is also another problem. Management problems are also there. Now, loss of foreign markets. The Indian cotton textile industry has lost some of the foreign markets because of continued increase in the cost of production and the development of cotton textile industry in a number of Asian countries like China and Japan and African countries. So our cost of production, India's cost of production of cotton is very high, but other countries are producing cotton textiles in low cost. So their products are cheap. That's why we lost some foreign markets. Inadequate production. The cotton textile industry faces inadequate production because of the lack of adequate and unfailing power supply, and also because of competition with the decentralized sector. So we don't have enough production because our industries are facing so many problems because of the lack of adequate and unfailing power supply. So industries are not getting enough power supply. That would affect the production. And because of the competition with the decentralized sector. So it is the sector has decentralized. That is also there. The competition is also there. Now, shortage of power. The cotton textile mills are facing acute shortage of power. So, lack of power is a problem. Supplies of coal are difficult to obtain, and frequent cuts in electricity and load shedding affect the industries badly. So, load shedding is there, power cut is there. So, that is a main problem of textile industry. Now, obsolete machinery. So, in India, most of the cotton textile mills are working with old and obsolete machinery. Old machines are there, inefficient machines are there. That's why cotton industry is facing problems in the market. According to an estimate, in India, over 60% of the spindles are more than 30 years old. So our spindles are very old. Our machinery is very old and inefficient. So that is another problem. These are the problems faced by cotton textile industries. That's all about agro-based industries according to the syllabus. If you like this video, please like, share and subscribe. Thank you for watching. God bless.